Hey guys, it's Basis Sims, and we are back with more Radiant Tale, and hopefully we don't have any choices in the next few minutes, because no sooner do I sit down and get my shit to work than my tablet decides, oh no, we're doing an update now. Fucking hate that. Stop it. God damn it, Microsoft. Fucking stop. I mean, I think no shit's got to be updated, but it's always at the most inconvenient times. My computer's sitting over here with a little thing like, we need to update. No, bitch. You wait. But my tablet's like, fuck you, I'm just going to do it at the most inconvenient time. Could have done it whenever. Doing it now. Shit. Anyway, so we don't have our guide for the next like 5-10 minutes. So, anyway, right, we were going to Ferris to find Ion and our missing friends because they're not responding, so they've probably been kidnapped by Abby too. So the others continued to tease me the whole way. Oh yeah, and everybody knows we're in love with Ion except for us. I mean, we knew, but we didn't think it was obvious, but it's clearly been obvious. We arrived in Ferris the next afternoon. We wanted to look for Ion right away, obviously. At that moment, however, our first priority was to find the other group's whereabouts. Okay, I was like, also, there's no sound, so I don't know if something's broken. No, it's just there was no sound that section. We headed toward Cheers for an emergency meeting. I can't find them anywhere. I guess they did get lost somewhere, or got into some kind of trouble. It'll be quite troublesome if we can't meet up here. By the way, this place is strangely lively. True, the sun is still up, but there are plenty of people drinking. I don't believe my eyes! Are you perhaps that circus group? Oh, I didn't know you'd be here, Leon. This is my pub. Of course I'm here. Did something happen? It's strangely noisy here. Oh, there's a big match going on in the arena. No one can stop talking about it. What big match? It doesn't have anything to do with us. We've got to find that lizard first. Hey, did they come here and leave some kind of mess? Damn, I'd totally go watch if I didn't have work. The Grim Reaper of the Underground Arena's undefeated champion who's said to be stronger than any A-class gladiator, you know? What? Isn't his opponent a water spirit contractor or something? Oh my god, did Abby brand our friends too? Oh no! You were not, I mean, I knew, okay, look, I suspected that Abby kidnapped our friends, okay? Because they were poking around and whatnot, and they probably figured out his plan. But I did not honestly expect him to make Ion fucking kill Pashalia, dude! That's, holy shit. No, you know what? Punt him into the sun. Listen, I know what you went through sucks, but like, dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? Man, this will be so much fun. We rarely see contractors in the arena. A contractor? Oh no. Don't tell me. The annoying thing is my tablet is stuck at 30%. It will not go past this right now. Like, attention! We're about to get started! The young contractor has been on the defensive against the legendary gladiator's fierce attacks! Poor Pashalia. Many say he's at a big disadvantage here. Will he prove them wrong and win? Or will he die without having had a chance to use his special magic? Oh my god, they are making him fight to the death. Excuse me, let me through, please! Over here, guys. And there's some empty seats in that staff area. My apologies, but only authorized personnel can enter the... We have permission. We're the fighter's family. And I'm the prince. Excuse me? I pushed the confused security guard aside and forced my way to the front row. Punch him in the face. The scene that appeared before my eyes... This is way more dramatic than I thought it was gonna be, dude. Was Ion standing with his spear in hand. And Pashalia with wounds all over his body. I can't believe Abby is making Ion hurt his friends. Dude, this is horrible. And honestly, Pashalia probably, he's not being controlled, but he probably doesn't want to hurt Ion. Why are they... No, I can't just stand here and watch. I've got to stop the match. Frantic, I tried to climb over the barrier. Miss, that's dangerous. Please get down. Get off me! I had to put a little impassion in there. That's exactly if some guy was trying to grab you and your boyfriend's trying to kill one of your besties, you'd be like, fuck off, man! The staff rushed over and stopped me right away. Kick them. That moment, Ion launched another fierce attack, cornering Pashalia. Pashalia desperately evaded his attack, preventing a fatal injury. However, this battle was too one-sided. He was clearly nearing his limit. What's wrong, man? Stop running away! You're a contractor, aren't you? Show us some magic!
Why isn't Pashalia using his magic? Ion is strong, but Pashalia should be able to hold him off at the very least. Pashalia is too kind. I suppose he doesn't want to hurt Ion.
But he's gonna be killed at this rate. Pashalia seemed to be in so much pain, covered in lacerations and stained with blood. Yet for some reason... Look, Ion looks sad. Ion looked just as pained, even though he was unharmed. Ion's just as much of a victim as Pashalia. I have always thought that the only way to entertain an audience was to hurt people. My hands used to be covered in blood in this place, the Dual City. And I never imagined the people here would applaud me for any other reason. It brings me more joy than I ever expected. And now he's right back where he started, poor thing. He's being forced to fight against his will. Ion, stop! The person in front of you is your friend! I mean, he's trying, girl, you know what I mean? Oh shit, I'm sorry, I skipped that. I was glancing down because I was trying to get my tablet working. I shouted the words with all my might, but my voice was drowned out by the cheers of the bloodthirsty crowd. Eventually, Ion's spear knocked Pashalia off his feet. Oh. But not dead. Ion looked down at Pashalia, who was on the ground, and raised his spear in the air. Oh no. He thrust it downward almost instantly. Oh no. Thankfully, it only grazed Pashalia's cheek before sinking into the ground. Did he do everything he could to, like, not kill him, even though he had to attack him? Like, I also really hate when the stupid thing updates and then my tabs close on my fucking thing, and it's just irritating. It's over, referee. What? Forgive me, I was so captivated by the fierce battle, I was at a loss for words. Oh no, it actually opened my tabs. Good. Not giving his opponent a single chance to use his magic. The legendary gladiator Ion has come out victorious. Bravo! Ion didn't even smile when his eyes darted over the cheering crowd. He left the arena after watching Pashalia being taken away on a stretcher. He hadn't vanished from sight yet. We could just see him talking to someone. Hey, Ion! Did you do that on purpose? What do you mean? I won as you ordered. Oh, well, whatever. Don't want to cause another problem with a sudden, fatal accident. He wanted him to kill him. He did, and that's so fucking awful. That, like, oh my god. Following the match, we tried to contact Ion and the others, but the arena staff prevented us from doing so. Oh, we're gonna have to start kicking some ass. Wait, we got the lock-picking genius over here. He can sneak into shit. After they removed us, we returned to cheers. Shelly and Ion fought, you say? No way. It's true, sadly. Wait, what? But why? Are they fighting over Spacey or something? Quit it with your nonsense. You don't know either. I took a seat after ordering. However, the shock from the match was so great that all of us fell silent. I know Ion was there because he was under the command of the seal. I don't understand why Pashalia was there too. I was confused. Oh, that reminds me. I got more news for my customers. Leon chipped in again, drinks in hand. Wow, I can't read. Like that's new.
And judging by your face, I suppose it's not good news.
Nope, I heard Ion will have another match in a few days. And it'll be held in the underground arena. What?
Wasn't the underground arena shut down after the purge operation 3 years ago?
That place was supposed to be demolished, actually, since it's a disgrace to the city. But I heard the 7th arena owner got in and bought it first. You mean Avi? Yeah, him. He doesn't want us to erase the tragedies that happened there or something. So, who's his opponent? Oh, God, it's gonna be Vilio. Yeah. I was like, are they gonna, who else would it be? In an underground arena, like a battle to the death, of course it's gonna be Vilio. Because it's not gonna be like, oh, they're gonna make him fight fucking Rady. You thought Pashalia fight was one-sided. Rady's a tiny little fluff ball. He's like a chinchilla, for fuck's sake. Like, you have a big tough gladiator fighting a rodent? Like, here's your chihuahua, have fun. Like, what the shit, you know? Come on. The legendary Fey Beast. The dragon. Nobody was surprised. I suppose we'd all guessed it at some point. Come to me if you need any help, guys. It's just, I don't think I can ignore this situation as a fellow Fey. After taking our orders, Leon went back to the kitchen. Meanwhile, we started talking in whispers, watching each other. Has to be Vilio, right? Yeah, there's no way he'll just sit and obey, though. What exactly is going on here? Why are Pashalia and Vilio appearing in matches?
Something must have happened to the Ferris group. What about Rady? We haven't heard anything from him.
Knows. Maybe he got attacked by a stray dog and died in a gutter somewhere. You know, Sephora, you're not helping!
Aren't you being a tad too cruel here?
Says the 8-year-old.
Yeah, kiddo. You tell him. How dare he think Rady the Great loose to some stray dog?
Agreed, Rady wouldn't be... Wait. Rady?
You're safe? I am. But a lot did happen.
He had to know Avi wouldn't use him, you know? I walked up to him slowly, my mouth falling open in surprise, grab him and hug him and pet his little fluff.
Well, what's with the baffled look, Spacey?
I mean, okay, Rady, okay, I love Zephora, but like there's like a little swing for everyone of like why they could be best boyfriend, and this is why this is the perfect man harem game, because like Rady is like a hot guy but can turn into a cute little fluff ball. And could you just imagine, I just want to like curl up with a cute little, like you curl up with your cat or your dog, right? That's your boyfriend. Your boyfriend can turn into a cute fluffy little animal that you can just curl up with and pet, you know, when you need to be comforted. You know what I mean? Like, that's actually kind of awesome. Weird that you didn't know your little fluff ball of a pet that you used to curl up with was actually a hot guy. That's a little strange, so I could understand the like, whoa. But if you knew going into it and you met him and you were like, oh, you turn into a cute fluffy animal, and you're also hot and a hot guy. Okay. I mean, all right, then you can work with it, you know? Like... Like, don't you just want, like, they made him so fluffy, I just want to pet him. Like, and he might like it. Weird.
Oh, I know. But don't tell me you were so worried about me you were gonna break down. Man, I'm such a lady killer. I made a woman cry.
I was. That was all I could say. Oh, this little shocked Pikachu face. Then I pulled him into a tight embrace. I was so scared because you never contacted us. I really do. This would have been a cute, like, I know it's not Rady's route, but it would have been a cute Rady CG with her just squeezing him and him being like, what? I'm just kind of enjoying it, maybe.
Dummy. You're supposed to get mad at my joke here, you know. Not admit it.
Rady gently stroked my head. How is he stroking your head with his little paw? That's so cute. Your fur's really dirty. Just what in the world happened?
I had to run around the sewer, you see. That was rough for me since I'm so clean and proper. But why the sewer?
I wiped him down with a warm towel for the time being. With a simple nod, Rady began telling us what had happened to the others. Am I so fucking dirty and wrong? Yes. Actually, I don't know why I'm asking this, but like, we're like, oh, okay, wiped him down with a towel. I'm like, no. That's when you take him and you're like, you need to transform into your hot man self and take a nice steamy shower. Did you need help with I've played these games too much, guys. Something is wrong with me. I don't know if it's wrong or right, but like this is what you're here for, the inappropriate fucking comments where you're like, Jesus, I can't believe you said that. But you're thinking it, right? You're like, and even if you weren't, you're like, I wasn't, but now it's a brilliant motherfucking idea. Right? Right? Okay. Well, as long as we're on the same page here. Anyway, did I read that? Like, with a simple nod, Rady began to tell us what had happened to the others. Rady, along with Vilio and Pashalia, had flown to Ferris after splitting up with us. As soon as they'd arrived in the city, they started searching for the ring's whereabouts.
That took us almost 10 days since Sephora wasn't around to help us find information. We managed to find the ring in the end, but there was a twist.
Even though the ring's mana was strong, it hadn't been the Intaglia ring, so the three of them had tried to send us a message.
But then Luna, that girl we met here, came to us.
I suppose it was after she ran into us in Cultura and returned to Ferris. Was she acting weird?
Yeah, how do I put it? She was oddly bubbly. Or maybe I should say hi. I don't know. Well, we still followed her since we're more or less acquaintances. Confusing, though.
So y'all fell into her trap and got caught?
Yep, pretty much.
Did you not put up a fight? Vilio was with you, so...
He did, obviously. But then that chick held a knife to our necks and threatened us. She said something like, I'll kill him if you resist. Of course, Vilio wouldn't just let her kill us, so we stopped resisting and yielded. I was in my human form when we were caught, you see, so I transformed into my furball form and escaped.
Rady sighed wearily and turned to us.
And now it's your turn. Luna sighed. I know Ion fought Pashalia in the arena. But just what happened on your end? And what happened to Ion?
Actually... I told him how Avi had gotten his hands on the Intaglia ring and forced Ion to attack us before fleeing. Hearing that, Rady pondered long and hard with his paws folded. I just want to see some of these things. But like Rady just sitting there, tapping his face with his paw. Like,
I didn't know anything like that happened. That guy's so messed up, dude.
Well, we have no clue what he's up to. One thing's for sure. We're not going to let things go as he's planned. I know you're tired, and I feel bad for asking you this, but I'm begging you, Rady.
I get it. No need to go on.
Taking a bite of the fruit, he jumped off the table.
We gotta rescue Vilio and Pashalia first. Come with me.
Come with me. I like how they actually... the accent is actually perfect for him, because they kind of write in a little accent to, like, the way he's saying. You know? And I think... one of you guys pointed on one of the earlier videos that, like... because I think I mentioned one, like, we should have done two different voices for, like, him in his human form and whatever, and that's what the voice actor does, which is not surprising, because it's Nobuhiko Okamoto, I think. I'm pretty sure. And he is one of those voice actors that's really good. I feel like a lot of Japanese voice actors fit into this, but, like, he's one of those ones that I can just at least pinpoint that's really good at doing, like, cute, kind of adorable voices, and then they have the sexy voice, and you're like, the fuck? What the actual, like, how are you? I mean, hi. I'll go on for days about Jun Fukuyama, but you can hear him in almost anything, and it's great. And then you look at Grell and Black Butler, and you're like, the actual fuck is that? It's amazing. The same thing with Junichi Suabe, right? Remember Van Helsing? Sexy goddamn voice. Any voice, that man's got a sexy fucking voice. But he's also Undertaker and Black Butler, and you're like, the hell? And again, that was, in case you haven't been around for a while, and you haven't heard this story, everybody else is rolling their eyes right now. He's actually the one that made me start fangirling over Japanese voice acting, because Playing Code realized, like, obviously we didn't have the voice acting on, but I was so used to seeing the title card come up every single time I loaded the game. I would just sit there and listen to it and watch. So I got used to seeing his name as, like, the voice actor for Van Helsing, right? Even though I'd never hadn't heard his voice at that point. I might have watched the anime. No, I don't think I watched the anime till after I played the game, just for spoilers, whatever. But you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, you see the name. And then I was reading stuff about Black Butler, like, whatever, and I was, like, reading something, blah, 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 and they mentioned Undertaker and voiced by Junichi Suabe, right? And I was like, can't be that. That's got to be like John Smith in Japan. There's no way it's the same fucking guy, right? And actually, maybe, and I think it was after we played the game. I think it was after I played the game because I know I'd heard the voice at least at that point. Because otherwise, and I was like, huh. So I looked and I was like, my mind was fucking blown because like I can hear his Undertaker voice in my head right now. I've watched Black Butler fucking enough, guys. And I can just hear his sexy also, I play Tears of Themis a lot, and he's Artem, so, like, I can hear his voice in my damn head either way. And it's like, what the fuck? And that's when I just realized that they're amazing. And also some of my favorite characters, it was at that point when I was going through that I realized some of my favorite anime characters were Jun Fukuyama, and then, And then I was just born from there. I've been in love with that man ever since. Daisuke Ono's also one that does it, because if you've watched Noragami, he's Daifuku, and he does this, like, deep kind of crazy voice, like, whatever, and then you hear Daisuke Ono as, like, Sebastian or just anything else, and it's like, I can't with you men. They're too fucking good, okay? So, like, anyway. But, I lost my actual fucking point. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, like, Dofure, Yang, listen, Nobuhiko, sexy. And then you go play Fire Emblem Engage. Okay? All right? He is Elchrist. Cute, adorable little delicate fucking sad sack. Two fucking drastic things. It's amazing. And it was actually kind of funny because Elchrist is my favorite fucking character and you can't romance him and I'm so fucking sad. I have never finished that game because I got distracted with Baldur's Gate 3. But like, I really keep going. Like, I need to bring my Switch downstairs and finish this game one of these days because I love it, but I'm still mad I can't romance Elchrist. Junichi Suabe is also a voice. Of course I played in Japanese. Give me a fucking break. Like, that was a question. But like, yeah. But there are moments where Elchrist, like, when he first shows up, you're like, oh, who are you? Like, you're all sexy. And then he turns into a cowering, bumbling, whiny little mess. And it's just precious. But there are still moments when you're in, like, in battle or you're doing whatever, if you have him, that he says things and you're like, you just said that in a sexy voice. And then he goes to his cowering little mess. And it's just like, it's nice. It's just that little tiny sprinkling where you're like, you're putting on your sexy voice now. Okay, I see what you're doing here. So I'm not surprised that he would be able to do cutesy furball voice and then sexy Rady voice. And I can't wait to hear it when we do the voice acting, guys. I can't. Because, like, I'm probably going to lose my shit. Because, like, let's be real. He does have a sexy voice, so. Anyway, Rady took the lead. And we entered the underground sewer. It was dark and dingy, completely different from the vivid world above. Well, I mean, sewers usually aren't like fucking techno rave parties. Aside from maybe the techno rave of the bacteria and shit you're gonna get down. Gross. Ugh. The sewer was a vital part of the city's life, yet no one ever cast a glance at this place. It was as if we'd been shown both the light and darkness of Ferris. Roughly an hour had passed since we started along the dim passage. Eventually, a solemn-looking prison came into view.
Yo, Vilio, Pashalia.
Hey, Rady! Goodness, you managed to meet up with the others.
Yeah, really. Oh, wait a sec. Oh, we're gonna get you out.
Wounds aside, I'm glad they're safe. We all rejoiced upon seeing each other again as Zephora busied himself unlocking the door. Then we briefly explained what had happened on our end. This is not the place for that. Grab them and go. This is kind of like earlier when Balto's dead and the guy's like, oh, did you hear that? I don't know, Balto's not in his room. Let's go check the hall. And we're like, so like now would be a good time to leave. Yeah, but anyway, are you okay? Yeah, and then we have like a 5-minute conversation where you're like, get out and talk later. Out now, talk later. Like, we're gonna have a fucking picnic? We're in the prison system. We're like underground. Get out. Get out and explain it later. My eyes darted to Pashalia's wounds. They looked so painful, I couldn't help but frown. I mean, I understand if it's going to slow us down because we got to drag poor Pashalia out, but... Are those the wounds you got during the match earlier? So you guys watched that, huh? And no need to worry, though. They're not as bad as they look. He's like, his intestines are hanging out. He's lying. He smiled a soft, gentle smile to reassure us, but I could tell he was in pain just from looking at the blood on his face. Sorry I couldn't stop the match. I do apologize. There was nothing we could do in that kind of situation. So glad Ion missed his attack at the end. If we were unlucky, Pashalia would have... did it on purpose. What? Obviously missed. He assumed some part of him was resisting, even though it was being controlled. Otherwise, I would have been long gone by now. Something came to mind when he said that. Now that I think about it, back then... It would have been really bad if Ion hadn't put up a fight. And it's kind of sweet that he's putting up a fight, you know what I mean? Sorry. You know? Anyway. My neck would have broken in an instant. He's trying very hard. Ion's doing all he can to resist the seal. It's not like the gentle Ion we know has completely disappeared. Right. I found myself clenching my fist tightly, hearing those touching words. It's open. See? That made more sense why we're just having this nice little conversation is because Sephora was still doing the lock. It was like Sephora went to work on the lock. Then we explained what happened. I don't know why I was just assuming that it was like, did it that fast? Okay, this makes more sense. This is why we're just standing around having a picnic. Valid game. That was me jumping the gun. Okay. The lock made a grinding sound and the door clanked open. Nice one, Sephora. You really got what it takes to be a thief. How dare you say something like that to the person who saved your butt?
Alright, guys. We gotta take Pashalia to the doctor, quick. As for Ion...
Oh, Ion's locked up in a different cell. It's in the back. I've been there before.
We should go and bring Ion with us.
I won't allow that. My body froze when I heard that high-pitched voice. Oh, it was Luna. I won't allow that. Luna.
I'll turn a blind eye for the others. But not Ion. I'll get scolded if you take him.
Everyone assumed a fighting stance at once. However, before they could launch an attack, I held them back and stepped forward. Did Avi tell you to watch over Ion?
Yep, he did.
Can I ask you a favor? I'm not asking you to release him, just let me talk to him.
I don't know if I can do that.
Were you told not to allow anyone to see him?
No, he never told me that, so you can look at least.
If so,
But I doubt Ion wants to talk with you. He looks upset all the time, you know. I guess he regrets hurting his friends.
He would. Knew it. I'd already expected that. But nothing would change if I gave up here. I still want to meet him. I want to talk to him no matter how he feels. Luna shot me a confused look.
Why do you want to talk with him so bad? Ion may not want to see you.
That's because he's my precious friend. I love him! There's no fucking way we're not saying I love him. He's my precious friend. Daddy, I love him! Fuck yes, I love him. There's no fucking way that was going to be wrong. Come on. I could think of a lot of reasons to answer a question with. Like, because he's my friend, or because I'm worried about him. When it came down to it, there was only one answer. Because I love him.
What?
I want to see him again because I love him. I want to hear what he says. Hey, just so you know, you're saying some really embarrassing things right now. Shut up! I know that! But I want to be honest, and that was the only thing I could say. Everyone was shocked when I raised my voice. On the other hand,
I've never fallen deeply in love with anyone before.
I didn't say I was deeply in love. No, I'm just kidding.
I guess kinda envy you.
Luna nodded. Perhaps my answer had touched her. Seemingly satisfied with what I said, the girl let out a sigh and turned to us.
I'll take you to him, Spacey, but only you.
Thanks, Luna.
Hold on. Isn't that dangerous? What if it's a trap?
I'll be fine. I'll scream as loud as I can if something happens. Luna was too honest in both good and bad ways. Besides, she had no reason to trick me. After I managed to reassure everyone, I walked further into the prison with Luna. Why'd you just skulk after me? Our footsteps echoed through the eerie, dimly lit underground passage. I decided to exchange words with Luna as she led the way. Also, hi, can't Pashalia or something? Maybe there's no water spirits in the sewer, but there's gotta be sewer spirits. Come on. You know what I mean? Like somebody can't send like a little spirit after us to kind of watch and just fly back and be like, fucking kidnapped, or sound an alarm because like I said, don't worry, I'll scream loud. First thing Luna's gonna do, hit me over the head, and then it's like, try screaming now, bitch. I'm just saying. I decided to exchange words with Luna as she led the way. Can I ask you something, Luna? Why are you following Avi?
And ask me the same question.
Her mouth twisted into a wry smile.
Because he gives me beautiful things.
Huh?
I can get anything I want as long as I listen to him. Be it clean clothes, money, or a fluffy bed.
I was lost for words hearing her answer, and that is sad. He is so fucking manipulating this poor girl. Aside from just, like, with the magical power of the fucking ring, her innocent, childlike smile sent a chill up my spine. Luna no longer had parents to provide for her, and she needed those things. But you still shouldn't follow him. He's making you do bad things.
Who else will give me food then? I had no home and no job. I had to scour restaurants every single day for leftovers. I got splashed with water and kicked. Who else would be willing to save me?
She spoke calmly, not sparing me a glance. I could sense a faint anger within her.
Nobody cares about the weak in this city. We have no place here. Especially orphans like me. We're the perfect target for bullies. Abby's different. He held out his hand to me and said he was friends with my father.
Yeah, because he was a slave, and your father was being controlled, and now Abby's doing that to you and Ion. You don't see how that's fucked up?
He said I could find happiness if I followed him, and then I could do anything I wanted. You've lost your papa and mama too, right? Back then I thought you were my friend, and I still think of you as one. But you have your other family members, a roof over your head, and a warm meal to eat, don't you? That's why you'll never understand how I feel.
I didn't know what to say. I've been through so much. All I could do was keep quiet and follow her. Oh, now we're Ion. I leaned back against the cold prison wall. Being back here was like reliving my worst nightmares, and my right eye burned. From the day this seal had been engraved on me until this very moment, I had done everything I could to go against the ring's command. However, it was all in vain. I tried to deafen my ears and covered the mark with a cloth. Even at a gladiator who could use magic cast a spell on me. Nothing worked. Others had tried to gouge out their skin to remove the tattoo. But no one, not a single person, had ever escaped this curse. The only way out was to die. I've learned something, though. The ring's strength varies. I had also experienced this back when I had been a gladiator slave. At one time I was completely under the seal's control. Couldn't move even a finger. But another time I managed to move my arm just before I inflicted a fatal wound on somebody. I do not know why, but if I could find out, perhaps I could return to Circus. Many times I had been close to ending my journey with them. I could not do it, and I ended up betraying my comrades and hurting them. And after doing so, I somehow dared to let that lingering hope escape my mouth. I could only laugh at my pitiful self. But through all this pain, I had finally discovered what I truly desired. Aww. There's the little chibi-us sitting there while Villios dragging the prince around. Oh. Everyone tried their hardest to bring joy to the audience. They fought over my handmade food and laughed at the most trivial things. I think it's funny that for his flashbacks, they're doing the chibis. Here we go. And they treated me like a normal human being, not the Grim Reaper. I want to go back there. I want to return to Circus. Spacey. I wondered when I first found myself attracted to her. I joined circus on Alest's recommendation. I wished to get rid of the seal on my eye, but I doubted the king would be able to grant that desire, no matter how powerful he was. I simply joined because they told me to. So I decided to keep my distance and opposed having Spacey on the team. If I didn't do that, I would eventually hurt them one day. I wanted to end this journey quickly while keeping my distance from the others. And that was my plan. Spacey destroyed it like it was nothing. I kind of like that, like, she destroyed it like it was nothing! And this is a good thing in this case. Excuse me, Ion, is there anything you'd like to do in our next show? As our producer, her job was to make our shows a success. Look, we get to finally see our cute little outfit. Oh, it's black and white, but like, whatever. And to accomplish that, she boldly inserted herself into my affairs. Obviously, I understood why she did the things she did. She was simply carrying out her duties. She needed to get to know us for the shows. What I'm asking is what you want to do, not what anyone's making you do. I was hoping she wouldn't get any closer to me. But she did the exact opposite. Instead of keeping her distance, she inserted herself further into my affairs. I'm sure you can erase it. Nothing's impossible. You'll be fine, no doubt about it. Her words were no longer mere encouragement at some point. We are really cute. It's like the one time, like, she does have, obviously the heroines always have giant saucer eyes, but they're balanced. I think I might have said this earlier in, like, one of the earlier parts of the game, but, like, every time I'm just, like, pleased. I'm like, yes, thank you for not making them look completely stupid. For, like, giant eyes, but they're balanced, at least on her face, where you're like, okay, yeah, her eyes are giant, but, like, it's fine. You know what I mean? And, like, she's at least super cute, so it's, like, not like, okay, what the fuck? You know? And they lit up my heart so brightly I started to believe the ridiculous dream I had given up really would come true. And she's super cute when she's sad. I felt like my heart had been gouged out by the thought of not seeing you again. Oh, now we're in color. I like the fact that her, like, little neck collar part, like, is like an upside down shamrock. I'm here for that, because I love clovers. My first tattoo was a 4-leaf clover, so. I'm greedy. I once wished to keep her at arm's length. But the moment her hand was actually within reach, I couldn't help wanting to take it. And never let go. See you. In the past I would have hidden behind my walls. Now I only wanted to see you once more. Miss you, Spacey. Good thing we're right around the corner! I was surprised at myself. I never expected those words to come out of my mouth. As someone who had spent all of his youth as a slave, I'd never felt this way before. Yet now, love Spacey. It was a normal feeling that everybody had. Ion? Feeling like someone was calling my name, I raised my head. Must be hallucinating. I guess my death is Ion! Spacey? Why are you here? Oh, I like what that this game puts us in, like, other people's perspectives, and especially now we just see him, like, feeling sad and like, love her, goddammit. He's like, I just want to see her again, and we're like, what's up, bro? We're just like right there. It's so cute. Stop. I love it. Thanks, Luna. Can you leave us alone for a while? Luna simply walked away after taking me there. I turned to Ion after making sure she was gone. On my way here, I was trying to come up with something to say to Ion. Now that he was right in front of me, however, my words left me. Missed you. Unable to hold back the feelings welling up within myself, it was the only thing that spilled from my mouth. This is the time where I know it's weird and not perfect timing because he's behind bars, but tell him you love him. Because, like, what if he dies? What if something bad happens? There's no bad route, because that would happen absolutely in a bad ending. But I'm just saying, fucking tell him, because you never know. I missed you so much, Ion. I do not
understand.
Stunned by my appearance, he stood still for a moment. He looked so sad and perplexed. When he finally did speak, the words that passed his lips were heartbreaking.
How could you say such a thing when you should be cursing me? I almost killed you. There's no way you would forget that.
He didn't die, though.
And that's just hindsight. You would have died if Ginny had not stopped me.
Pain was written all over his face.
You saw how unsightly I can be with your own eyes. I know I said I wanted to live together with you, but a single order for the ring will turn me instantly. I'll no longer be myself. My mind will be turned upside down. I cannot let you...
You're wrong, Ion. Even when you're controlled by the ring, your body is still your own. If your mind really did disappear, Ginia wouldn't have had the chance to stop you.
That's...
No matter how much he blames himself, Ion is still Ion. You're still the same Ion I love. Perhaps this wasn't the right time to say something like that. It's the perfect time. He needs to hear it. Even so, couldn't help but say it. I like how she's not. Oh, I'm stammering. She's just like, you're not. You're still the Ion I love. You know what? It might be not be the right. I'm like, fuck it. I'm spilling it. She got stones. It's a little embarrassed and fidgety, but like for the most part, like a little bit. Oh my god, guys, teasing me. You know, I feel like it's sort of normal. Sure, a little naive and stupid sometimes. You know, like, oh my god, guys, we can't just like break into the evil guy's house. It's wrong. Shut up and steal that shit. The guy's a murderer. Like, but I'll give her a pass because she got stones when she's like telling a man she loves him. I miss you so much because I love you. His face was twisted in dreadful anguish. It was as if he were covering his ears because he didn't want to hear those words.
Please take those words back. I do not deserve your love. This whole affair made me realize I'll always be bound by the intaglio ring. I thought I had a place in the normal world due to the kindness everyone showed me. However, I can never change as long as I have this brand.
But
you must have seen it. You must have felt it. So please, do not give me any more hope. Do not say someone like me has a future.
Ion, what do you want to do?
Ugh.
Body froze when I pressed him with that question. You told me you wanted to walk around the city, didn't you?
The situation has changed. I no longer have any choice.
I'm not asking you that. I want to know what you want to do, not whether or not you can do it. I was reminded of what Ginny had told me when I saw Ion averting his gaze.
You want to save Ion and live a happy life with him, right? And those feelings of yours will surely help you out. He is actually not that stubborn, you know. You're our secret weapon. Now go persuade him. Show him the power of a maiden in love.
Oh, wise Ginia, being wise, which is shocking. But, like, lovely. He might have been teasing me, but he has a point. I want to save Ion. I want to live happily with him. That's why I took this chance before Ion could come up with another excuse. I told him how I felt. We've been traveling together for a while, huh? We've gone to Kalita, Kultura, Oriens, and Ferris. I thought we'd never be able to make our shows successful, but we did it. We managed to make people smile and melted Calivis's heart. Where there's a will, there's a way. Nothing is impossible.
But the seal...
No buts! Oh. I like how her face is basically like floating in the bar. I know they do that so that like the bar isn't blocking her face. You know what I mean? Because otherwise the bars would have to be so big and then you could shove yourself through. But like, it just looks so weird. Like we're teleporting through the bars. Oh, but it's still an adorable CG. I'm begging you, Ion. Stop using that seal as an excuse. Tell me what you want to do, not what you can't do. Ignoring the hard metal between us, I reached out my hand. I stretched my hand out to Ion. I wanted to touch him, take his hand, but you did in the CG. Definitely drag you out of here and take you to a brighter place, even if I have to do it by force. It might be hard, but you don't have to figure it out all on your own. We're here for you. I'm here for you. I'm not giving up on you. all want to save you, and I bet others will come later. Ion let out a pained sigh.
Are you telling me to choose? Are you telling me, whose hopes have been dashed so many times, to make a wish?
I will reach out to you over and over again, no matter how many times it takes. Though in the end, it's up to you whether you want to step forward and take our hands.
Ugh.
Oh. Stop it, it's such a cute scene. And we're gripping his hand and then he goes, oh, stop it. He was a bit timid at first. Then he intertwined his fingers with mine. He squeezed my hand a little roughly.
I know I almost broke this oath once, but I want to be with you. No, that's not enough. I want a future with you, Spacey. If only these iron bars and this mark didn't exist. I want to hold you right here and now.
We can hug through the bars.
Love you. I love you so much, I do not want to be apart for even a split second.
Stop it, I'm gonna cry. My throat tightened and hot tears splashed over my cheeks the moment I heard those words. I almost could. I've been hoping to hear that all this time. Too, Ion. These iron bars separated us at the moment, but I'd definitely do something about them. I untangled my fingers from his and stepped away. Why? A small voice echoed in the dark. It was Luna, who had been watching in silence. Baffled, she looked at us.
You look like you're suffering when you both love each other. You even wish this seal never existed. Why is the symbol of bravery tormenting you?
She then pressed the seal on her skin hard, her eyes downturned. Perhaps she didn't know what else to say. Listen, Luna, I don't think this seal of yours is what you think it is.
But Papa told me this symbol of bravery can make anyone happy. Abby praised me too. He gave me money, food.
You're wrong, Luna. Giving your freedom to someone else will never make you happy.
But
do you know what your father told me? This seal will never lead to happiness.
You knew Luna's father, Ion? Killed him, didn't he?
I met him back when I was still a gladiator slave. He never told me his daughter's name, but I have no doubt it was him. Unlike me, he did not get kidnapped and sold as a gladiator slave. He chose that path himself to provide for his family.
Aww.
He was one of the X-rank gladiators who chose to fight in the underground arena.
Ion had met Luna's father several years ago. Her father was the one who approached Ion, the Grim Reaper, first.
He was a kind soul. I could tell he was a good father. Unfortunately, that was far too kind to be a gladiator.
Sorry. I don't know that. I was like, he was far, not that. Anyway, unable to make it in the normal arena, he had no choice but to join the underground one. Still, he often lost matches because he always hesitated to deal the finishing blow.
And because of that, he decided to be engraved with this cursed mark. He wanted to seal up his gentle heart so he could win and protect his daughter's life. And given his circumstances, the seal did give him bravery. The consequence.
Why? Oh my god! Was I reading all of that as Ion? Okay, it was one sentence that was Ion, and then I just kept reading his voice. I'm sorry. The consequences were huge, though.
He could no longer go against the owner's command. He was forced to join death matches. And then
Luna listened to Ion's story attentively.
I actually wanted to tell you the truth when we first met.
Oh god, I knew it. I knew somewhere. I'm like, don't tell me that Ion killed her dad. Like, oh my god, Ion killed her dad. That's probably not the right thing to tell her. Like,
however, he told all those lies to you since he wanted to be a good father. I could not disregard his feelings.
Okay, maybe it's just, I didn't want to tell you that your father actually hated that. I wanted to just let you have your good memories. I really hope it's not I actually killed him, because shit.
I regret it, though. No matter how painful it was, I should have told you the truth before you strayed from the right path. Because all he wanted was his daughter's happiness.
As soon as Ion finished talking, Luna's shoulders began to tremble so much that I could feel it as I was holding the young girl.
The seal was tormenting Papa? He was lying to me all that time so I wouldn't worry, and Papa suffered because of the seal?
Correct.
Ah!
Oh, look at her angry face. Hey, Luna! She would have stabbed her seal-engraved arm with her knife if I hadn't grabbed her.
Get off me! Let me go! Papa died because of the seal!
Enough! Even if you gouge out your flesh or cut off your arm, the effect of the seal will not disappear.
But...
Above all, I do not think your father would want to see you hurting yourself.
He's right. Your father would be sad if you did that. I wrapped my arms around her shoulders. Luna then buried her face against my chest and started crying. And it's kind of like when she was like, "You would be like, what am I supposed to do?" You have people like, "You could come with us and join circus and like come work at Lieber. Pretty sure we could train you to be a waitress. Probably be good at it. You're a receptionist, so you're good at talking to people. So like, cool. Room and board, you know."
I've already made him sad, though. I killed people just because they were bad.
Alright, look. Let's just ignore the Balto thing, because he was scum, so it's fine. I mean, okay, listen. About the Balto thing, girl. Just apologize to Zephora, because you killed the bad guy that he should have killed, and he's a little upset about that, so just apologize to him for that, and then we're good. No one's gonna miss him.
I am far guiltier than you. I've killed many more people. We must break free from this brand if we hope to redeem ourselves.
I nodded and patted Luna's back. We'll break Ion and Luna free from the cursed seal. We'll definitely do it. Because it's Circus's job to make people smile. It's Circus's job to make people smile, so we'll free all the slaves. I mean, I don't necessarily think... I mean, it is, unfortunately, Chapter 9. Ooh, this is the last chapter, guys. It is within our job duty, oddly enough, despite the fact that it really fucking shouldn't be, but... Yeah. Others. Uh-oh. I keep getting worried that Avi's gonna fucking show up and we're gonna have to fist fight. Who's... Okay, I'm not sure who other... Oh, is Others Avi? I'm gonna read it normal because I don't know. I would never forget. There was no way I could. This place might be a hellhole, but I'm sure I'll be fine. Because I'm not alone. I have you with me. His smile never left his face, no matter how harsh our situation was. Huh. Our parents threw us away when we were small. Couldn't even remember their faces. My brother, who was a year younger than me, was the only family I had. We can't possibly be Avi's brother. I'm assuming he's dead. So we must be Avi talking about his brother. I thought Avi's brother was older, but anyway. Okay, we're probably Avi then. Okay. Not only was his body frail, he wasn't that smart either. A weakling like him was fated to be oppressed here in Ferris, where the strong always won. I might be stupid, but I understand one thing. Just need to have faith in you, and one day, I'll have my happy ending. I'm sure that was supposed to be his brother talking, but... Yeah, true. We'll leave this place and live a normal life in town. Brother was the most important person in my life. However, fate sure loved toying with people's plans for a happy ending. Couldn't even allow two brothers to live peacefully. Oh my. Listen up, Abby. Your next match will be the Brothers Showdown. I've decided to make blood-related siblings fight each other for their lives. The harsh new regulation I've made. Oh, God. You had to know when you read the next match will be the Brothers Showdown. Oh. Abby, you killed your brother. That's why he's so mad about the ring. Okay, listen. Listen. Bravo to the game for throwing this kind of trauma in, aside from like, oh, Avi was a slave and forced to kill other people. That's traumatic. And I was, okay, I still want to punch you into the sun, because just because people did that to you does not mean you do it to other people. That's not fucking right. Okay? Go on your vigilante quest and stab all the rich people. Fine. Eat the rich, stab them, good, whatever. Fine. You know, the ones that hurt you, not just other decent rich people. There's not a lot of decent rich people, let's be real. But anyway, there's a handful, sure, right? You know, but like, you know, it's fine. But like, no, you're still a douche. You're still a douche. Making Ion fight to the death with his friends? For what? Ion didn't do anything to you. You know what I mean? He had nothing to do with this. You're using it, and that's just fucked up. Even this though makes you you really are like, no, fuck Abby, man. And then this you're like, I do feel really bad for him. Fuck him still, but like, oh, like it tugs at your heartstrings. And you know what? That's kind of what makes the good villains. Not gonna lie, this is good villain writing. When like you're like, no, fuck you, I mean, I can actually feel for yours. No, but like, fuck you, and it's like you're kind of varying. Like, still fuck him because like, dude, this is not how you go about it. But my heartstrings are being tugged at. One, because you were a slave and were forced to kill people, and you got some trauma you need to work through. Okay, this is not how you deal with trauma, but like, I get it and I feel for you. But then there's this, and you're like, oh, that's worse. Still not how you deal with your trauma, man. You know? I'm gonna punt you a little more gently into the sun, but you still need to be punted into the sun. You know what I mean? It's like when they make villains that are just evil for the fucking sake of being evil, you're like, well, that's not fun. When they make him like this and you're like, oh, I feel for him, but I still hate him, but then I feel a little guilty for hating him because, you know, he has a right to be traumatized. Fuck. But again, not how you react to trauma, okay? Get a therapist. Now, I'm sure it'll be an exciting match no matter who wins. Now go get ready for the battle. How horrid. We were forced to join a battle we never wanted because of those capricious whims. Everything's gonna be okay. Don't worry. I've been doing well so far. I just need to wing it again like usual. I can always take some damage and lose on purpose. Found a way for both of us to come out alive. However, there was no way they wouldn't see through such a shallow idea. During the showdown, brother was engraved with the intaglio ring's mark. I was wondering, I'm like, how are they gonna get, like, and then, oh, that's worse. He was no longer the brother I knew. Die, 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 die! You will die! That was way over dramatic. Ah! Didn't matter how hard you tried to protect someone or how deeply you cherished them. There was nothing you could protect in the underground arena. And yet Ion continued to be so naive every single time. I really hated him for that. I never felt anything when I slaughtered others after killing my own brother. That wasn't the case for Ion. So it's like, so Avi is now just see, Avi's turned into a cunt. Again. He keeps flipping back and forth. So like, I feel for you killing your brother and then, but then being like, I fucking hate Ion, like whatever. And like, but you're my friend, man. Obviously not. You're pissed off and angry at him for not completely shutting down his emotions and whatever, and you've got an envy thing, so now you're gonna use, like, well, now you're back to being a cunt. I'm gonna punch you harder into the sun. You know? Like, but it's good villain writing that you're flipping back and forth. You're like, I feel really bad for him, but also, fuck you, man. But like, man, it's so sad, but screw you, dude. Like a seesaw. Get over here. You know, well, this is baby Ion, right? Well, anyway, I do not want to fight anymore. I do not want to kill people. He always said how much he regretted killing people each time he returned from a match. It was as if he still considered himself a normal human being. Such an ugly sight, irritating and unpleasant to the eyes. I envied him in a way. That dream again. I shook my head to fully wake up. I didn't have a single pleasant memory of the time I'd fought in this underground arena. I lost count of the number of times I told myself to forget about what happened. One thing, though, when the forces from the capital exposed the underground arena and came to save us,
This prison's been cleared! All right. Guard the gladiator slaves after this. Prioritize those who are injured. Yes, sir! So your name is Avi, right? Are you a gladiator slave too? Yeah? I know you might be confused right now, but rest assured, we're here to save you. Once you get medical checkup, you can rest and forget all your suffering there. You're telling me to forget? Yeah, just forget all the painful memories. Alest is trying to say that, like, okay, maybe a poor choice of words. Like, yeah, just forget about it. Forget my trauma? Like, poor choice of words, Alest, but you know he meant it from the best place. He was just like, just try to forget what happened, just try to move on. But poor choice of words. It would have been like, we will get you out, we're going to need you. Yeah, I want you to kind of work through this, and it's okay, you can have a normal life now, just look forward, not behind. You know what I mean? But, like, maybe get a therapist, Jesus. What a load of crap. Couldn't believe my ears. Did he just tell me to forget everything? I had to forget about my brother who died after telling me to live on. What about the last words all my dead pals said with such pained looks? Did he tell me to throw all those memories away because they were painful? Well, here's the thing. This is the kind of shit, though, people get angry when it's like this, and people are like, just forget about it. I mean, again, poor choice of words. But, like, anything, it's like, you need to move on, whatever. It's like, what you just... And it's like, you need to stop and realize that, like, though, for Avi, Alest wasn't in your situation. He doesn't know the trauma you went through. He's basically trying to be like, you don't have to worry about this situation anymore. Your future can be better. But it's a poor choice of words, and you're being triggered by it. It's like when people, and this is the one thing I hate so much, when you're trying to explain something, and someone's like, yeah, I understand, and then getting like, oh, no, you don't understand, because you've never been here. It's like, no, of course nobody's been there. Nobody will ever fucking fully understand anything you say, because we are not you. Nobody is you except for you. You are the only one who will 100% always understand how you feel and what's going through your mind and the things you experience. Just you. Because you are the only person going through those things. But it's so fucking aggravating when people get pissed off when someone says they understand and they jump up your ass like, no, you don't. And it's like, do you realize that the word understand does not mean I 100% exactly know everything you were saying because I am you? That's not what they're fucking saying, but that's what you're basically accusing them of saying. Understand has multiple fucking meanings, and you'd think the English language, being as fucking fucked up as it is, you'd know this. Don't be stupid. Like, it's different depending on how they phrase it. Like, no, I totally get it, because, like, and then they give you, like, an analogy, and you're like, yeah, that's not at all what I'm saying. You're not getting it. But, like, most people say, like, I understand as, like, I comprehend the words that you're saying, and I can empathize with you, and I can only imagine in that situation that I would feel awful as well. Like, you know what I mean? They're trying to empathize with you by saying, but the simplest way to do that is to just say, I understand. Like, I comprehend what you're saying. Like, I understand how that must have felt. I mean, no, you can never fully understand what somebody's been through, but it's just so aggravating when people get triggered by that instead of, like, trying to accept the fact that people are trying to empathize with you, trying to hear what you're saying. You know what I mean? And, like, you just get triggered by that. But that's exactly what Avi's doing. Granted, Alest is a poor choice of words, but he's like, you can just forget about it. He's not literally telling you, hey, just forget. Don't worry about it. It's cool, bro. Just like it never happened. It's more like you don't have to live in that situation anymore, but you're being triggered by that. And it's like, this is like the perfect situation, because people do this so fucking often. Get triggered by one single word instead of trying to comprehend what other people are saying. You just assume they're and, like, it's like, but see, now you're making assumptions, and it's like, you're just doing the same fucking thing, and it's like a cycle is stupid. I mean, nobody can really help. Sometimes you get mad about shit, and then you're like me playing these games. God damn it, I'm so mad! And it's like, okay, that's not what they meant. Well, whatever. Like, sometimes little things just piss you off, and then you have to work through them. We do that very well on this channel most of the time, where we get really mad about shit, and we're like, and then we just kind of work through it, and we're like, it's okay. It'll be all right. Oh, but, like, Avi, like, Alest isn't telling you to, like, no, it's just, again, phrasing.
but like Aleste is not a therapist, so he is just a nerd prince. I mean, a prince nerd. Because he's nerdy about the prince, not Prince. He might. If he lived in our time, probably also would have been nerdy over Prince, but anyway. You seem young. You can start over at any time in your life. I mean, Aleste isn't wrong there. He's basically like, start over. And I mean, and this is Abby's trauma talking, like just being angry and not accepting that, like, yeah, I mean, this is, you have a second chance. And like, but you want to cling to, I mean, I can understand, no, you shouldn't totally just forget this happened because it's part of what made you who you are. But there's a way to remember, but not let it haunt you and own you. You know? But again, Aleste is not that good at having a therapy conversation like this. So, I can see the trigger here. Start over, he says. I didn't need any future if I had to throw my past away just to get it. Who cared about something stupid like that? Didn't matter how hard they tried to bury their painful past. I'd let everyone all over the country know. And that's the thing, though, too. There's plenty of people who want to remember their past, even if it was bad, and be like, I need to remember that, where I came from and who I was so that I can be better or whatever. And there's plenty of people who are like, I just want to forget that. One mistake, you just want to forget it happened because, that shouldn't define who you are. And, like, that's kind of where Aleste's coming from. You don't have to worry about it. This doesn't have to define who you are. It's not like, oh, you were a slave in the underground arena, so, like, you're technically trash. No, you can start a whole new life, go on, live in normal society. You don't have to be, like, shunned because of this. And Abby's more like, no, I will fucking make sure everyone goddamn knows. You know what I mean? It's like, you do need to let it go, though. Like, it's not telling you to just actually forget. You know what I mean? Oh, Abby. Oh, Abby. We're gonna have to fucking punt you into the sun, though. Yeah, right. We, the gladiator slaves, are... Back to me. That was like a long-ass part, and we're like way over, aren't we? Oh, okay. Well, you didn't think we were going to extrapolate a lot of info out of that, but like, God, Abby's got some trauma. And again, I feel for his trauma. I really do. It's one of those things where you're like, I get it. I understand, like, what they're trying to do with his character. You know what I mean? And they make him a really good sympathetic villain. Like, because everything he's been through... But it's so good because I like the fact that it flips back and forth. It's not like, oh no, I feel for him. No, can we just let me? You're like, oh God, I feel for him. And like, oh my God, dude, though, you're being a cunt about this. What the shit? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's worse than I thought. Oh my God, no, but you're still a dick. And then you do this and you're like, whoa, simmer down, bitch, Jesus. Like, it comes in waves. And it's like, I like that. I like the fact that, like, it's up and down. Like, you feel for him, but you still want to punt him into the sun. You know what I mean? But you feel a little guilty about that because you're not like, no, there's no fucking justification for any of this. You're a douche. Like Balto. You're just a douche. You're just evil for the sake of being a sight. You're just a douche. What? Do we find out maybe more of his motivations when we go down Zephora's route? But like, right now, what we see of him is he's just a dick who murdered his brother, kicked his nephew out, and was gonna kill and control the prince. Like, what the fuck? All you see is the villain angle, and there's nothing sympathetic there at all. You're like, no, you suck. And with Abby, you're like, you suck, but like, I kind of understand why you suck, but I still don't like you, but I feel bad about hating you. Because you've been through some shit, He still sucks, though. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.